there guys, QwertyAfro here. Welcome back to another Stepford County Railway logbook entry. It's been a while. As you can see, I've been trying to have a little bit of a comeback kind of revelation on the channel. It's been too long. This is one of these series that I did start and I actually did enjoy. Unfortunately, it caught a tail end of a part of my channel where I was having a lot of hiatuses and breaks and stuff like that, but I'm back. I'm trying to get back into the sort of kind of things. I hope you can forgive me for my absence. SCR is one of those games that even in my sort of downtime and hiatus, and even when I've not been playing my sort of usual simulator games off the channel, SCR is one of those games I sometimes log on, go into a server, do a little drive, do a little bit of signaling, whatever. I am a signaler now, actually. That's the highest rank now I hold. So I can signal, guard, dispatch, drive, be a passenger, be a punter, as they say. But, it's great to be back. If I know some people maybe just watch only my Stepford County Railway or SCR content, Roblox content, or you watch all my content, or you just maybe even watch just my kind of normal train sim, whatever content, and you've never even watched the SCR or Stepford County Railway, logbook entry into this video series that I do on this channel. Well, hello there to you. Hello, welcome back, guys. Welcome back, regulars of this series, and just welcome back, me in general, back to SCR land, back to the Roblox den of hell, of whatever. It's great to be back. I am going to, for this episode, in terms of getting back in the swing of things, I was actually thinking maybe I should do a video where I basically recap all the major changes and even all the sort of minor changes, I guess, what has happened since the last time I played. I was actually thinking maybe potentially doing that. I'm not going to do that for this video, but if you'd like me to do some sort of recap of all the content and all the sort of updates that have happened since I last played from, I think, episode 5 of the logbook series, do let me know and I will maybe try and produce some sort of video for that, maybe a little bit more scripted, where I just give you the rundown of all the sort of updates in SCR land, in Stepford County Railway. I don't know if that's something that you guys would like. I don't know, let me know in the comments. I'm going to be very kind of freestyle with this series. I want to make it maybe a little bit memeable, I guess, do a little bit of challenges or I don't know, some crazy stuff, because obviously there's people, it's a multiplayer game. We can have some fun with it. I don't know, but we'll talk more once we get in and start driving. What I wanted to do in this episode was actually do one of my sort of favorite sort of pastimes when I do come in to SCR, and I don't say if I'm looking for stuff to do. This is maybe one of the routes that I sort of default to if I don't want to think about doing a long route or a short route or just something on Connect or Waterline. And also because it was the only operator that I didn't actually cover in my series when I was active with the series of only 5 episodes. It's actually AirLink. I didn't actually cover AirLink at all. I've done Connect, I've done a couple of Connect videos, I've done I think a couple of Express videos, and I think only one Waterline video. But I've not done any AirLink, and AirLink's one of my favorites. It's in, it has a special place in my heart because it's one of my favorites. And initially when I did start playing kind of Stepford County Railway, AirLink was definitely one of those the sort of underdog. And it's probably one of the ones in terms of operators that is now sort of not that popular, but obviously now with the next sort of major update, which we'll discuss as well once we get driving as well, is also to do with the new terminals and stuff. So maybe there'll be a little bit of a popularity boom for AirLink. But today I'm going to do a little drive in the Electrostar Class 387, a trusty sort of Airport Express traction that's been, I guess, reliable, maybe not the best in terms of what services they do provide, in the UK. Obviously now they only really do Heathrow Express, Gatwick Express. They used to do Stansted Express with the 379s, not 387s, but you know what I mean, sort of same type of train. And they have questionable opinions of if they're probably more towards the Gatwick Express units. They probably are questionable for sort of airport service or premium service. Well, at least the Heathrow Express units have been done up to a decent enough standard, but they cannot replace what came before, because these fish bowls were something else. Nowhere you're going to see any more 1+1 business first or first class seating. So that's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to do it in a 387. I have opinions as well of like, I personally don't think the 800 should be in this, like traction this, and this is even since it was added way back in the day or whatever. I don't get why they added, I get for all the other sort of tractions, they were sort of like dedicated airport service tractions that you could see. I guess for the 802s, you could see them with Transpennine Express going to Manchester Airport, or the airport itself, I don't know. But for me, I don't really see them as a dedicated airport sort of traction. They're mainly just there for like high speed, therefore express services, intercity services. So I guess it's fine. I personally don't, when I look at this, I'm just like, oh, like I'll sometimes drive it, but it doesn't really, for the law wise, it doesn't really fit for me. It's great that's 125 miles capable, and when you're driving on the main lines, like say Leighton Stepford Road, it makes sense. But for me, the true highest speed airport suited traction is definitely the 387 at 110 miles per hour, even though in real life only the Heathrow Express can do 110 miles per hour, because I think the 387s on Gatwick Express, they're limited to 100, as well as limited infrastructure wise. I think with Third Rail, 100 is basically where you're at with sort of high speed in that sort of land. But we'll do this. My normal sort of kind of thing would be to, you know, do a little, this is going to be pure express kind of vibes, where we're just going to go from Stepford Central to Airport Central, and then Airport Central to Leighton Stepford Road. And that's generally, or like I do them in either way around, doesn't really matter. This is generally what I like to sort of do. It's kind of like my kind of brain dead sort of like, I come into Stepford, I come into SCR and I don't know what I want to do. I just go like, oh, I'll just do this, like, you know, and normally it's with a 387 or maybe a 332. I don't know. Depends on how I'm feeling. But, you know, back in SCR, oh my God, the chat's open. People don't recognize me anymore, which is great. I hated before, even though like I only made 5 videos, but anytime I came into a server, people were like, what are you recording? Hi, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you're in this video, there you go. Wave hello, even though you can't hear me. But we're in this video, people in this lobby of many, I should say. Anyway, starting off in, like, everything's basically changed. Like, essentially everything has changed in this game. It's crazy to think about all the updates and stuff, and that's why I was saying maybe I should do a video where I just cover every sort of visual change, or change with attractions or trains, blah blah blah. I don't know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is Stepford East, a new depot or whatever. It's looks a lot nicer than what was before. It was one of the like bigger depots that needed some TLC, and it did get it, so that's really good. As we depart, Stepford East Depot, Stepford Central Depot. What's nice also, we get in these like little tutorial things, which you can turn off, but I've just left them on because they're kind of funny. Look. So yeah, throttle WS, we know that. Utility buttons, your AWS, all good. It lights up orange. Orange? I think the sunflower, or the AWS sunflower is, I wouldn't say it's orange, I would say it's yellow. As in, it's a sunflower, which is yellow. I don't know, maybe in some parts of the world, sunflowers are orange. But then again, I guess sunflowers are associated with the sun, which is, well, some people might think it's orange, but I think it's yellow. So, whatever. Just shows you your next stop. We know this. You've got back to menu by, yeah, hovering. Yeah, that's, we get this. I'm a veteran, sort of ex-veteran SCR player. You earn points by, yeah, passing that, skipping stops. Experience by completing the schedule. Yeah, if your station's dispatch online, you get to be dispatched. Being late is okay. You earn the same amount of points regardless of time, so don't rush or feel angry. Oh, really? That's a big change, because before it was just chaos, really, to be on time. Shunt signals are on the floor of depots. 2 reds, stop, 2 whites, proceed. Or some of the older fashion shunt signals was a white light and a red light, which was stop, and then 2 white lights, of course. And even older, or probably more for like freight, you would actually have a yellow and a white, and then 2 yellows. No, it would be yellow and a white, and then 2 whites for like whatever shunt. There was a 2 yellow one, I don't know. That's like rulebook stuff and just variations in sort of like different sort of signals and whatever. But I think the yellow shunt signals are more for like freight, and I'm nothing to do with freight. I'm a passenger train driver in real life. And I've even seen that potentially, obviously next big sort of update is going to be airport related. I've seen a traction that is very dear to my IRL heart in terms of being, you know, class 345 potentially, but I think it is, yeah, it's official, it's being added to the game. That's going to be really, really nice to play around with. And I think they're doing 7 cars, which that's going to be, I think, is that going to surely be the longest formed train in SCR? And I think obviously because if they're reconfiguring the platforms, the airport platforms, and I think all the other sort of platforms where this 345 could go would probably be like, say, Leighton Stepford Road, blah blah blah. They are probably all configured for that sort of length of train.
Stepford Central.
Which also begs a differ though, if we can see other sort of long consists, which would be cool to see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. 345 in SCR coming whenever the airport terminals update kind of thing drops. Fortunately, I do not know when that is. I'm not that in the know-how with things. Right, get out my little list, even though we don't really need a list. And I need to press T, because I always keep forgetting to press T. So open up the doors. There's quite a lot of traffic on this server, actually.
First class is located at the front of the train.
But man, these Electro Stars, like the whole sort of like remodeling of the sort of interiors and the exteriors of the remeshing of the Electro Stars with the 379s, 377s, 387s. I have to say, really well done. Like this is, but this is old now. This is, I would say this was sort of, I would think, in the game from my last episode on SCR Logbook. But I still have to just mention that it's quite nice. And there's obviously still some work to do with some of the trains that are still in the game on sort of like original sort of modeling and whatever. But it just means like every time like things get better with this game, obviously it makes such a difference, or like it makes older things stand out a lot more, like really like a lot more. But let us depart. No stations we're calling at. We are purely we are 110 mile per hour cruising machine, where permitted, of course, where permitted.
Welcome on board this AirLink service to Stepford Airport Central.
And one thing I've noticed, variation of announcements, which was a very nice ad, I must say. Something like, I like the original, like when they got the GWR woman, well obviously originally it was text-to-speech, which was annoying, and in my early sort of signaler days I would just well, any signal I would think would just disable the announcements, because that would just get annoying depending on what signal desk you would be on. But yeah, with text-to-speech, and then we had the I can't remember what her name is, but the woman that does the GWR announcements basically did all the sort of in-train announcements. But now I hear that there's a bit of variation, bit of a difference, which is nice. Variation definitely adds to the sort of immersion, and instead of having every sort of operator having exactly the same sort of like announcer, so that's really nice to see. It's I still just, I might do the video where I kind of break down stuff that's changed, but yeah, a lot has happened. A lot is still going to happen with this game. So, and I recently found out that this game has more concurrent players. Most days now it has more concurrent like players that log in and play the game than Train Sim. I think Train Sim Classic, or definitely Train Sim World. But I think it's even now getting to the point where it's beating out Train Sim Classic, which is crazy to think about it. You know, a Roblox train game, which obviously this isn't a simulation, like this is nowhere near, this is very much on the arcade side of things, and it's always been the case with SCR. But what's nice with SCR is that it's on the really good side of arcade, where it's not like, oh, you just step in and you're just pressing 2 buttons and that's it, and there's not really much going on visually, blah blah blah. It's, you know, it's quite simple in that sort of archaic sense, but it's the immersion of like the multiplayer with other, you know, people driving trains around, people doing their dispatching, their guarding, their signaling, seeing, you know, upper management going around, doing a little horn. But it's just the whole, I guess the whole sort of community as well with this game is a bit like interesting. But it's definitely increased a hell of a lot in terms of, like, I remember when I started playing this game, there was maybe at max peak kind of traffic was like 100, 200 players. And now, like, I see, like, I don't think it's even peak time that I'm playing. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But there's like 1,000 people. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And it's only going to just get, it's only going to get more popular, I suppose. So, but let me know, guys, what do you want me to do in SCR? What kind of memes and challenges do you want me, or like, I could do stuff, like fun stuff, because this is my sort of like comic relief series, where, like, you know, I do stuff, I check out the different trains, different routes, and want to obviously eventually cover most stuff in this game. But let's do some, I don't know, a little bit of some funny stuff. Like, one video idea I saw, which actually originally I saw this idea, or this sort of like meme video from Genshin Impact, which I'm currently a Genshin Impact player, which I do not apologize for, but that's another story. That probably will never come to my YouTube channel, but I am a dedicated Genshin Impact player. But in terms of content creation, I saw this in Genshin originally, is the whole thing where content creators, like, the title of the video is like, oh, if I laugh, I roll, which they'll roll for, like, you know, the chance to get like champs or weapons or whatever, and it was pretty funny. But then I saw not too long ago, I don't know who the content creator was that did it. I do apologize if I'm trying to credit you, but I completely forgot like who you were, what your name was, but I'm saying that this was your idea, or maybe someone else's idea, but I thought it was a really cool idea, is that they played SCR, and then if they saw another player, they would then drive that train that the player was driving. So it would just be like, say right now, if I saw a 357, I'd hop in a 357. If I see a 700, I'd then hop in a 700. And I guess maybe the idea would be to try and do a whole route without, like, try to complete a route without seeing like anyone, so you could complete it, and then the challenge just keeps going if you keep seeing other people. Now, I guess that would be best to do, like, in terms of, like, on a day where it's busy. Daylight, preferably. And, obviously, say if you did it on Waterline, and there's no one on Waterline, it's going to be pretty easy. So you want to maybe, like, I'll just go out on, like, one of the most popular routes in terms of, like, maybe Airport Central to Stepford Central and connect, and then just, you know, try and balls it through and to see if I can stay on one traction, but I doubt I will. But it's those kind of ideas would be some, or maybe some other ones, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, what you want to see with this series. You know, anything can do, maybe wacky as it can be, because again, it's a bit of a comic relief series, this, and maybe even in the future get some people involved on the server or whatever. Maybe get a QwertyAfro private server going. I used to have that like ages ago.
The 2124 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central has been cancelled. This is due to a member of the train crew being unavailable.
Thank you for travelling with us today.
But this station is going to be soon no more. This is going to be a relic of the past. One of the sort of older stations. But I think, to be honest, I can't remember what the original.
The train now approaching platform 0.
I can't actually remember what the original
Stepford, Victoria.
what the original Airport Central looked like, to be honest. Because I remember there was another iteration of this station, or I don't know if this is the actual original.
AirLink, service
but this is like
Stepford
a long time
Road.
ago when like there was a 345 train
Road
in
only.
Testing in the
This
old
train
sort
is
of
formed
yellow,
of 4 coaches.
blue AirLink
First
livery.
class is located
So we're
at the
talking
rear
that
of the
far back
train.
of what I've seen of videos and stuff. I didn't play the game when that 345 was in testing. I think I started playing slightly after. I definitely remember the original AirLink sort of livery, the blue and the yellow, which, you know, it was a kind of nice, unique livery, but definitely this sort of like orange one does look a little bit smarter, a little bit more fresh. And definitely all the sort of liveries and stuff, all the branding and stuff of this game is just like, you know, it's crazy. It's just gotten a lot better. But, you know, I look forward to things that are coming up with this game, and let me know in the comments what you guys what do you reminisce about, like in terms of what's come before this game and what's coming with this game, I suppose, because there's definitely some more stuff in terms of, obviously, the airports are getting revamped and potentially Waterline. I think the Waterline's just going to get a revamp to, isn't it? It's going to. I think that's also part of the airport sort of update. The Waterline getting revamped at airport. Was it Airport West and St. James Street? Well, let's get going. In business first with our nice fake wood liner, and yeah. As I said, I don't think the 1+1 on the 332s can be beaten in terms of like you're never gonna see 1+1 seating.
Welcome on board this
unless
AirLink
you have some sort of open access operator that comes about and just changes the game and goes, look, we're gonna have a super premium, like first class experience from A to B. There's gonna be 1+1 seating throughout the entire train. We're gonna have like a banquet, like, you know, running non-stop, and all you can eat buffet on the train or whatever. But then again, the more I talk about this, the more it just kind of leads into more like sort of charter train territory. So, but you'd never see sort of like a normal sort of service with just pure 1+1 seating and that sort of kind of level of like, even just that level of first class like that you used to get back in the day. It's consigned to the history books, unfortunately, in terms of the shambles that the Department for Transport how they run the UK railways. But, you know, we can only imagine. It's why it's nice to just hop on to a game like this and play with virtual trains and, you know, think of what if, not what now. And junction indicators, that's another thing I think they've been in for a while, but it seems like I'm just like only noticing them, but I'm pretty sure they've been in for quite some time. And then this is one of my this is the favorite section of doing this little AirLink thing where you're just running along at 110 miles per hour, no care in the world. Obviously the 802 would be the best here for 125, but it's good to stretch the 110 mile per hour capability of this 387. And I think this is the first video I'm doing actually at night. Have I done a video before at night? I'm not even sure. Obviously, I just do not know my own video catalog on this channel at all, so apologies for that. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments, what do you want in terms of content with SCR? As I said, it could be wacky, it could be funny. I know people are going to have their suggestions or whatever, but we'll see. I'll see what I can do. I definitely want to get back into this series. It was one of my kind of like sort of like later additional series to the channel that obviously, because originally I started streaming Stepford County Railway's SCR on my streams, and then kind of like, well, I could make a little video series on this, I suppose, and just cover like different stuff and have like some interactions in game with people that come about, and if they notice me that I'm in a server or whatever, because sometimes it's funny. But it's nice that right now I'm recording and it's very, very peaceful. But who knows, by the time now I start making videos again of SCR, everyone's now going to be like, when they see me, they'll be like, oh my god, QwertyAfro, hi, am I in your video or whatever, which was the case before, but I don't mind. I definitely think I might do that video, potentially, the one that I cover everything that's changed in SCR. Oh, we have a red light. We have some, what you call, traffic. I think we're behind a actual slow service, I think, here. Oh, single yellow. Couldn't be all greens. Couldn't have been all greens on a run like this. And this whole area, honestly, this whole area with like Leighton City, and then the branch to Leighton West, and it's all just been revamped up. Like Leighton Stepford Road does not look like the ugly Manchester Oxford Road that it was based on. Everything just looks good. Like it's really nicely revamped up, and it just looks good. But yeah, like even like something like Lynn by the Sea, that whole remodeling to be like more like King's Cross was, but I think that's kind of sort of old. I don't know, like I don't know the full sort of time scale in terms of what's happened with SCR, but I know like a lot has happened, and then obviously some of it might be from the last time when I actually did my last episode, but I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff has happened since that last episode.
We will shortly be arriving at Leighton Stepford
Because I think
Road.
the 800 just came out, or there was just some sort of update with Express at that time.
And Leighton City. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Beautiful.
This train terminates here. All change, please.
Platform 1 at the new Leighton Stepford Road. Which is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be No, I was gonna say Doncaster, but no, that's really way off. Oh, that as a guard. I think doing guarding videos would be a struggle. I think one idea I have for like a SCR sort of episode is if I'd literally just title it being that SCR player, and it would just be me maybe being a guard or something, or like even just doing a drive, and I'm literally typing out everything I do. I'm taking power now to about 80%. The next station is this, change here for this, you know, keep all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train, like, you know, be that sort of SCR player. That'd be really funny. It would just be me typing for the whole episode. But it's that sort of like type of ideas and stuff, maybe for videos with the series. But do let me know what you guys think of it. If you'd like sort of like that, a little bit funny, whatever, don't mind. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's good to be back with SCR, the logbook series on the QwertyAfro channel, and just generally just with my sort of comeback on the channel, and hopefully some more regular content for you guys. You know, throw me ideas my way, you know, I don't mind hearing them. Want to try out some other stuff as well, and even maybe continue with some of the my Roblox tries series. I try different train or transport related Roblox games. I think I've only done ever one episode, and that was the that Chiltern one, where you could like drive from Birmingham and Solihull and Dorridge, and you had like a really good modeled sort of like 168s, Clubmans, and all that kind of sort of jazz. But yeah, maybe I might revisit some of doing that. Maybe trying out some other, because I've seen there's some other kind of similar SCR style type of games out there. They're popping up. They're maybe seeing the formulas working here with SCR. So maybe everyone's trying to jump on that sort of bandwagon. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, a return to SCR Logbook series. And I will see, and my cat now is calling me. She wants me to cut the video. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
We ain't